It's time to shine. A day is made by his grand design. So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Thursday morning. It's Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? I have so much to be thankful for. I think I figured out my problem. Oh, I have been having a coding problem. I'm just going to put it out there, programming coding problem. And so I have deleted, and then deleted. And now I've refreshed, and I think I've got it. So pray for me, people. It has been interesting. But, people don't realize if you are on WAPN and you're on the air 7 times a week, that is 7 different codes that I'm using. And so it has just been a learning curve these last couple of weeks. I don't know why. God must be getting ready to do something amazing because, it has been a challenge. I have been stretched again. And I do like being stretched. I am not going to say I don't like being stretched, but sometimes when I'm being stretched, I feel like I'm being defeated. And do you ever feel like you're being defeated in the middle of the stretch? That's the growing part. And sometimes I don't recognize that God is growing me and strengthening me and taking me to a next level. I just feel like I'm being just discouraged, and pushed or whatever. And so I got a good night's sleep last night. I got up super early this morning. I was praying at 2:00 this morning. I said, Lord, this is going to drive me bonkers until I figure out what's going on. So Lord, I need you to lead me, guide me, and just figure it out for me. And so I fell back asleep for a little bit. I got back up again early and I said, I'm just going to go on into work. And I'm going to get her done. And so some mornings you have to just come in here. This is my sanctuary. When I come into work, there's nobody on the road this morning. And I was just praising the Lord. And I was looking at different businesses as I was driving. And I was thanking our little town. And I was thanking for new businesses coming into town. And I was thankful for the businesses that have been here, generational businesses. And just praising the Lord, And I saw the beacon come for the tower, which always blesses me because it's a very important part of WAPN is that light at the top of the tower. And so I was praying for that. And I was praying for the people that put the light up there. And I came around the corner and God said, we've got this. As clear as day, I heard, we've got this. And I thought, we do. We have this. And so I came on in the door. And first I was just going to jump right into it. And God said, do what you got to do so that your mind is known on that. And then let's do this. And so that's what I did. And I believe that I have got the problem fixed. I mean, it has been a challenge, but I do have an appointment this morning. Nothing important. I get migraines. And so I have my migraine doctor this morning. And tomorrow is volunteer day. So, if you want to volunteer, come on out to Calvary Christian Center. It starts at 9:00, the volunteering. And you pull in the parking lot, you're going to go left. You're going to see the big semi, and you're going to see them offloading pallets and pallets and pallets of food. And then you're going to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to do the onions? I don't know if there's onions tomorrow, but that's just something there is. Potatoes, whatever you want to do. And they have to bag it all up. And the food event starts at 11:00. So if you're in need of food, I would get there around 9. Also go right and get in the line. It starts promptly at 11:00. You're going to drive through. We're going to put food in your car, and then you're going to go on your merry way. You do not need a license or anything. You just need to be a Volusia County resident. Check your heart and get in line. And that's at Calvary Christian Center in Ormond Beach. Shout out to Daytona Dream Center, Second Harvest Food Bank, and everybody that volunteers. It takes about 100 to 150 volunteers. 150 is like the sweet number. 100 is awesome. 150 is like, woo, get her done. But it's 2 weeks before school starts. And so this is a blessing to our community right before school starts. And it is hot, hot, hot out there. So if you are coming to volunteer, dress appropriate, wear a hat, be ready with a big smile on your face. If you can do an hour, awesome. If you can do the whole time, great. Don't put pressure on yourself. It's during normal business hours. So of course I leave the station to do it. And I have learned to not put pressure on myself. I just not going to do it. I'm going to go volunteer, do what I can do. And then I'm going to be on my way. That is the greatest thing about volunteering for Daytona Dream Center is there's not a commitment as far as you got to start when it starts and end when it ends. They appreciate anything you can do to help pull this off. So thank you, everybody that's going to be there. That is tomorrow, Calvary Christian Center in Ormond Beach. If you've got stuff going on in the neighborhood, I would love to know. I know we got a lot of back to school book drives. So we got a lot of backpack drives. We got some that got shoes, some that got socks. We got all kinds of them going on. So I need those flyers sent over to WAPN at WAPN.net so I can share them with the neighborhood. I know that all of that is like next weekend. There's several in town next weekend. So send me over your flyer, WAPN at WAPN.net. So I can let people know where it's at, what time it is, what are the requirements. I know that at everyone I know about, the student must be present. So figure that out. Get that on your calendar. Figure out your little mapping of what you're going to do. I know that school time can be stressful, not only for you, the parent, because of all the different over and above finances, but for the child. Because, maybe a new school. What's the look this year? What's the color of folders this year? Do I have all my supplies? It's a lot. So we're praying for you, praying for all the kids as they get ready to start back to school, that it's going to be a great year for all the teachers, the administrators, everybody. It's just going to be a great season. 2026-27 is going to be an amazing, awesome year. You're going to look back and go, wow, look at what God did for my students. Look at what God did at our school. We went from a C rating to an A rating, or our swim team was #1, or we graduated, blah, 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 or whatever it is. God has got something amazing planned for this school year, and the teachers of the facility, the faculty, the kids, the bus drivers, everybody that's involved with this school year, we need to be praying and praying up for them and get excited. If you're excited about school, your kids are going to be excited about school. If you go, oh, another school year, it's such a pain, the traffic, that attitude goes right over to your kids. If you get up and say, man, it's going to be a great day, and take that time that you're traveling to school, driving to school, whatever, that make it a great day. Like, what are you excited about today at school? Or, something like that to encourage them. Maybe you're doing a scripture on the way to school. Maybe you're doing a fun game on the way to school. I don't know. So that when they get out of the car, they've left with a good attitude. Or maybe you're going on the bus or riding a bike, whatever they're doing, start their day out with success. I'm a firm believer in having breakfast first, some kind of breakfast. Fuel your mind before you get going. But your attitude on how you are excited about this school year will reflect on your children and their attitude. So excited about that. Have you had a great summer? What fun things have you done? Summers are different for us. We do not do vacations or anything on summer. We have a lawn business also, so that's our busiest time of year. So we do the boat, or we do a nice dinner or lunch. That's our little staycations in our town. I do love Daytona Beach. I love living here. People always say, well, what do you like about Daytona Beach? Well, it's more of what don't I like about Daytona Beach. I like that we're centrally located. I like that the beach is right there. We can be on the boat in 3 minutes. We could be in Orlando in an hour, Jacksonville, whatever. The weather here, I just love the whole entire thing. I mean, yes, everything's going to have something you don't like, but find the things that you like in your area and go out and really enjoy them. I mean, we have a lighthouse right down the road that you can go do. I know one year my grandsons and I did staycation, and every afternoon we would be staycationers. We would pack up a cooler and we would go do an adventure. There is just all kinds of fun things to do. That was probably the most fun we had when we were doing bowling every day. We went bowling like every single day. Miniature golf, go to the beach, it's free. Walk on the beach, ride your bikes. Get out and enjoy this fresh air. Go to the park. Our park here has this really cool book thing. So when you're walking it, it's also teaching you about a book of a local author. That is so cool. I mean, they didn't have that when I was little. Go feed the turtles. I was doing my pictures, and up come some pictures of when we would go feed the turtles. We used to have so much fun doing that. It is turtle nesting season right now, so do not disturb them. I know I saw a thing last night that if you're on beachside, keep your lights off. If you're building something in the stand during the day, make sure you fill in all the holes and make it flat again, and allow the nesting to happen. I would love to go see all the little turtles crawling back to the water. I think that would be so much fun to see that. I know. I live here, and I've never seen that. I know. My husband always laughs at me because I'll say, oh, I want to go on that boat tour so we can see it, whatever. He goes, honey, We do that every time we get on the boat. But I think, and my daughters laugh at me. They'll go, Mom, just because you go on a whale excursion doesn't mean you're going to see a whale. And I know that, but it's still funny because I think that if you go on the one that says it's a whale thing, you're definitely going to see the whale. I know. A girl's got some silly stuff thinking about. But I have not done the turtle thing here. And that is something, maybe one morning I'll just get up early and go to the beach and walk on the beach. When my friend Kathleen was here, we would walk on the beach sometimes. And it was always a nice walk. The thing for me is the parking. Tim and I started riding our bikes over the bridge now, which was huge for me. If you know, that is huge for me. And it really does make a huge difference as far as trying to load them on the rack, take them over the bridge, unload them, blah, 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 just to ride over the bridge. Now, I have not rode the, is it Main Street one, the one with the crates on it? I'm kind of nervous about that. But, God's going to help me. He's strengthened me. He's gave me so many wonderful abilities, things that I used to think intimidated me. Now don't bother me at all. God's got you. If there's something that you feel like you're not worthy of or that you can't do or whatever, you turn that into, I can do that. I am special. I deserve to be able to do that or whatever it is. And you speak life into whatever you want to do. Just like you want to speak life into your children as you're taking them to school or when you pick them up from school, just instead of how was your day? What was the best thing about today? Doesn't that narrative make it a whole bunch difference? Well, that's like today. I came in with, I am going to figure out this programming thing. God and I have it. And I just walked in with a fresh new look at the situation. Sometimes you just need to walk away. And I know that when I'm tired and it's been a long day and a lot of people and blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I know that I shouldn't even do that because your brain needs to be fresh. And in the morning when I come in here, this is my little sanctuary. God always just does amazing, wonderful things early in the morning for me. And I'm so thankful for that. So whatever your time is when you are your freshest or you have that moment, ask God to bless your situation. Ask him to go before you today. Everywhere that you're going to go, that your feet are ordered, and every person that you meet, that you bring joy into the situation. You might be the only Jesus somebody sees today. Yep, you might be the only person that they see today that is kind or has a smile on their face or has hope in their voice. So be that person today. As you're going out and about, it's Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? I know I love to say it every morning. I like to list my things that I'm thankful for. And I don't care if there's the same things that I was thankful for yesterday. I'm still going to be thankful for them. So as we start out this day, I'm thankful for my bed. I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I'm thankful for the air conditioner. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for my car, the fuel that's in my car. I'm thankful for my protein drink. I'm thankful for a job that I love. I'm thankful for clean clothes. I just start naming them off, and whatever is going on starts changing and doesn't look as hard as it thought when you first started. So be thankful today. Get out, be kind, do something for somebody else today on this Thankful Thursday. Let's get our favor on and get this day going. God wants to have favor in everything you do and everywhere you go. The more you're aware of his favor, the more you're going to see it working in your life. Start off today. I've got the favor of God from the top of my head to the soles of my feet and everywhere in between. I've got the favor of God over my finances. I've got the favor of God over my health. I've got the favor of God over my job. I've got the favor of God over my programming for this computer. I got the favor of my God over my vehicle. And just start naming it and claiming it. And see what God does today. It is Thankful Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Hot, hot, hot today. 91 with a low of 77. Madison, 95 with a low of 73. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to Bruce and Julie and Sandy and Pam and Michael and Courtney and everybody else celebrating a birthday. I'm a foodie. So today is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. Don't forget the food drop tomorrow. If you are in need or you would like to volunteer, 9 o'clock is probably the sweet hour. 9 o'clock to come volunteer to help set up. And 11 o'clock it starts, but you'll want to get into that food line. It's at Calvary Christian Center in Ormond Beach, brought to you by Daytona Dream Center and Second Harvest Food Bank. Y'all have a wonderful, great